This is the story of Spark. He often joked that when he died, he'd come back to visit as a black cat. It was always sort of just understood between us that this Scorpio being would die young, surely way before me. But what did we know? We were just kids, steadily together from 13 and 14, separated by death at 23 and 24, but never really separated, not really. When I was 7, I was in an awful car crash. My mother died. Children were injured, badly. I got away with 2 cut knees and a lifetime of beyond the veil experiences. My mother taught me, in fact, she showed me that death isn't the end. Jordan vowed that when he passed, he'd make contact so that I would never more doubt my childhood experiences, those that nobody else I knew seemed to have a clue about. On May 1st, 1971, at 12 noon, my husband, Jordan, died in another awful car crash with 3 other beautiful souls, musicians, poets, driving up to Canada for a very special gig. It was a stormy night, a massive lightning storm that shook the old stone house we were in, upsetting and frightening, but that isn't the story of Spark, so I'll leave that story for another time. Skip to early evening on May 1st. We're in shock, disbelief. This bigger-than-life man, dead? Everyone except the driver, gone? Someone has to go identify the bodies. The bodies can't be released until somebody travels there to identify them and collect their personal effects. I'm buried alive under the details, logistics. I'm numb, in shock, a sadness that's just too heavy to even begin to bear. I'm a 23-year-old widow, alone with a baby. What the fuck does that even mean? Back at the in-laws' home, I'm stifling in this immaculate Jewish home where the furniture has plastic covers over the cushions. We sit and wait for his body to come home. When a god-awful cry, a demented child wailing, an unearthly sound is heard at the door, accompanied by scratching. I look out and I see an enormous pure black cat. It wants in. My mother-in-law is getting agitated. Black cat, dead son, bad luck, oh my God. A screaming cat at the front door, scratching and hurling itself against the screen. My friend Cheryl from 7th grade comes to be with me. And when she opens the front door, that cat darts right in and runs to me and starts to circle my legs slowly, sensually, sending its strong pointed tail up my short skirt and purring like a motor. The mother-in-law, poor Ida, has lost it and tries to take her broom to this black home invader. Before anybody can make a move, it darts up the steps where our 18-month-old baby boy is asleep in his crib. Well, now time slows down. Cartoon-like, all 8 of us try to run up the steps at once to stop this animal. But we become log-jammed, and he slips right between us and runs into the middle bedroom at the top of the steps, and he leaps onto the crib. My mother-in-law is now down on the floor in a heap, in total hysterics, and as I step over her to save my sleeping child, I see this cat leap into the crib and stand with all 4 paws like a tent over the baby, just purring loudly. Slowly and without another thought, I reach in, and I took him out, away from the baby, and down the stairs, while poor old mother was put to bed and sedated by my friend the doctor, who'd also shown up to sit vigil with me. So I held this cat, and it massaged me and purred to me and breathed life into me in a way that I can't possibly make sense in this storytelling. When Cheryl and Ted had to leave, I said, "You must take him with you." And they did. They drove away with the big black cat, and they took it all the way to the shopping center, miles away. In less than 2 hours, he was back. I held him until some lovely folks from the ashram were leaving, and they took him over an hour's drive away to live out his days in the altar room. Over the years, a few black cats have brought sweet messages to me from the other side. What's interesting to know is that his baby brother Brian Kessler of the Hawaiian Style Band has and still gets large black moth visitations from his dear deceased brother. But more about that later. Fast forward to 2015, October 29th, Kauai, Hawaii. Mickey, wife of our beloved pediatrician, Dr. Evslin, posts a photo of Doc holding a black kitten in his lap. She explained that this cat is special to them, and they're in love with him. But she's deathly allergic, even to have him live outdoors on their lanai, which is where they found this little black feral creature. I say, Mickey, tell me the truth. Is he all black? Yes, she says. There's no little white tips on his tail or his toe? Nope, all black. Mickey, I think you have my cat. What do you mean? Well, can I come by tomorrow and see? I'll know right away. She wants to know why I sound so cryptic, but I put her off because it just sounds too trippy to try to explain. I can tell she's curious. Her line of questioning let me know she thinks I'm wanting a cat, a black cat, for Halloween. I look at the calendar and yes, Halloween is 2 days away, but that isn't what is significant for me. No, it's October 30th, the day before Halloween, Jordan's birthday. I call my friend Roberta, who knows all about cats and has a carrier and a kitty litter set, and she wants to get me all catted up with the right gear, and she graciously accompanies me. As we drive there to see this cat, I get a text from Brother Brian. Hey Mims, the giant black moth is sitting on my guitar case this morning, and it's October 30th. And I write back, yo bro, I'm on my way to pick up a black cat. I can almost hear Jordy's famous laughter tinkling in my ear. So we arrive, we enter their lovely historic Hawaiiana home, and we walk out through the back door into their yard that opens onto the bike path, which must be how this feral cat found its way to them. I see Doc sitting in his chair, holding the cat, petting him, loving him, and I sit quietly on the wooden steps. The cat instantly spins his head in my direction, leaps down off of Doc's lap, and runs to me, climbs into my lap, and begins to pummel me with his paws, top and bottom, purring and trying to climb into my shirt. It was almost like a child wanting to nurse or a lover ready to get it on. He spun around a few times in my lap, curled up, and slept. Yes, we'd found each other. Of that there was no doubt. Okay, Mimsy, what's going on? Tell us what this is about. And I retold the story for them, and we all had chicken skin. Mickey asked if she could write the story and post it on her Facebook page. I beg her not to blow my cover. Black cat, Halloween, it's all too much, too witchy. It has an almost hard to believe sort of tune to it. But honestly, that's just the way my whole life has been, sort of hard to believe. He is the best cat I have ever had, and everyone who meets him says the same thing. He's tender with everyone, and he's a devoted hunter at night, delivering mice and rats with a delightful regularity out here on the farm. He's highly unusual. His name is Spark. They'd called him Spook, but you don't call someone that where I come from. And Spark was one of Jordy's given nicknames by his band members because he sparked all the girls in the audience. So does it end in death? Is that the last chance to feel the love, to communicate our connection with each other? I think not. In fact, I know not.